No. And then there were the RYLA Rotary Youth Leadership Association is having a conference. Is it next week?
Yes.
They said, yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow is the Math MCAS for sophomores. They have that tomorrow, and then I think the next day also. Tonight is a Fuddruckers night for student council from 5 to 8 in Reading. So if you want to go out quickly and buy Fuddruckers, you can. And then the Spring Student Recognition Night is next Tuesday, May the 22nd. So invitations went out for that, I think, 2 weeks ago. So
Yeah, they did.
should be good. And then last Wednesday, the 9th, there was a drug awareness seminar at the high school, was it?
Yes.
And that was attended by a lot of people, so it's really great. And then for student work, I haven't been doing a ton of student work since my year is kind of winding down. So I thought I'd talk a little about my AP season because I took 4 APs this year. So I have 4 tests I have to take over the next. I took 1 last week, and then I have 3 more to take this week. So I took AP Literature, AP Government and Politics, AP Calculus, and AP World History. So in terms of like the preparation for the exam, we prepare all year basically to go and take these exams, and they all kind of have a different organization and the different way you study for them. I know that a lot of kids use it as a tool to prepare themselves for college coursework and how difficult it's going to be. So I kind of wanted to like load myself as much as I could to prepare myself. So I actually brought my study materials because I have my AP Government exam tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So this is the book that we kind of use to study, and it has this is given to all the AP Government Politics students, and it has sort of an overview of all the stuff we need to know. So we start off the year with sort of the foundations of government, and then we move to political opinions, political parties, and the media, the institutions of government, so Congress, the judiciary, and the presidency, and then the making of public policy, and finally civil rights and civil liberties. So that's what I'm studying tonight for my test. And most of the tests have a multiple choice portion of anywhere from 50 to 70 questions. And also an open response portion, which for AP Government consists of questions about public policy, and for tests like calculus and physics is open response questions. So that's what I've been doing over the past 2 weeks. I have my AP Government test tomorrow. I had my AP Literature test last week, Thursday, and I actually missed the AP Calculus test the first time I had to retake it because I was sick that day. So that I have next Thursday.
Surprised you weren't sick the second day either.
Yeah.
Well,
if you like.
Half-day tests? Or
How
full
long
day?
are they?
Oh, how long are they? They're about 3 hours each. I know that some are longer depending upon how much they have you do. All mine started in the morning, but they can start. Usually they start about 8 o'clock if they're in the morning, and if they're in the afternoon, they start right after first lunch. So I think 11:30 is when they start in the afternoon. And I know that the kids who took physics today were there until 3:30, 4 o'clock almost, because there's just so many levels to the exam. So they can last anywhere from 3 to 4 hours. So.
You look so calm.
Well, actually,
Yeah.
I wanted to point out, and not to embarrass Adam, but there was a story in the newspaper a couple of weeks ago. Adam received, maybe you can give us the details, but a 4-year scholarship, I believe, from New York University. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, okay. So I applied to the Gallatin Program at NYU, which is an individualized major program in which you kind of take aspects of all the different schools at NYU to create your own major. So everybody who gets accepted to the school, they accept about 200 kids a year to just this program, and each kid gets a scholarship and grant money to finance their entire education. So I'm going to be doing a major that combines design, political science, neuroscience, and marketing into a major I like to call aesthetic judgment of the human mind. So it's kind of
That's exactly what I would. That's exactly how I would have summed that.
so I kind of I like to analyze how people make decisions in like the business world and in the personal world based on things like design aesthetics, their own political beliefs in terms of if they sway right or sway left, like the natural way the human mind works, and then of course like marketing tools. So I wanted to combine all those into my own major. So after that, I'm hoping to get an MBA and kind of start my own company based on that idea.
So
Actually, it all made sense except for the government part. I was trying to see how you were going to fit that in there. Everything else seemed to fit, yeah, except for the government aspect of it.
It's ideology. It's political ideology.
Yeah.
And how do you come to those decisions? It's all about values.
So when you sit there and you wonder about North Reading High School, we have a student who was one of 200 students in the country throughout the world who was accepted to this program at NYU, which is, I would say, one of the most prestigious universities in the world.
I hope more than 200 applied.
Yeah.
That's because that's the real.
It was competitive.
Yeah.
Yes.
So congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Adam.
Thanks.
That's
This
great.
is Adam's last meeting with the school committee.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you for all your work. It's been
Thank
very
you.
good, very
Good job.
entertaining.
Thank you.
I tell you to go home and do your homework, Adam, but you have to stay since you. Oh no, you have to go study for that test.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would. If I were you, I would go study that test.
Great.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Adam.
Okay, next we have under continued business an MSBA SSBC update. Superintendent Willis.
Thank you. On Tuesday, May 8th at 9 a.m., 2 representatives from Moody's Corporation attended a rating review meeting with town representatives. And those in attendance included the chair of the Board of Selectmen, the town administrator, the auditor, the town finance director, the tax collector, the assessor, 2 representatives from Southwest, the company who will finance the project, and I represented the school district. And the meeting included a presentation on the building project, a review of the town demographics, financials, budget, and proposed bond details. So following the presentation that was made at the town hall, the group toured the town in the Elder Services van and continued discussion over lunch. And a preliminary report of the findings was released to the town administrator today, with a final report and a bond rating to follow. The current Moody's bond rating of North Reading is AA, which is a high rating, and the highest rating that you can receive is AAA. So North Reading's rating is right up there, and I believe it will continue with a AA rating. So that is very good news for our school building project. An official report will be forthcoming. The last SSBC meeting was held on Tuesday, May 8th also, but at 6:30 p.m. And at that time, we had representatives from the NORCAM attend the meeting, made a brief presentation and request to continue to work with the architect to discuss some of the needs that NORCAM has in order to, again, house the INET as well as be able to broadcast these kinds of meetings to the public via our cable system.
Right, I think one of the issues that they're interested in is robotic cameras being installed in some of the public gathering areas of the school.
That's correct. That's correct. Let's see. Representatives from our CM at Risk company, Gilbane, attended the meeting and they were introduced to the SSBC. A presentation was made regarding the traffic impact and access study that was completed by Niche Engineering, who was hired by the architect for this purpose. A second meeting between all of the department heads in town, the architect, the OPM, and the CM is scheduled for Tuesday, May 22nd at 10 a.m. in the town hall. I will be attending that meeting. And the next meeting of the SSBC is scheduled for Tuesday, May 29th, beginning at 6:30 p.m. in the high school modular cafeteria.
Any questions or comments on the SSBC MSBA report? Oh, we're moving along quickly. Can't wait to see the shovels in the ground up there.
It's very exciting. There have been several meetings already on site. The weekly meetings are taking place in the superintendent's conference room at this particular time until the construction trailers are moved to the back of the middle school, and then the weekly meetings will move to that location. So it's interesting to be able to walk into those meetings and hear what's going on. Mr. Bowers is representing at every single meeting, so he's keeping fully abreast of all that's taking place.
Okay, thank you. Next, we have a FY13 budget update.
Yes, what I'd like to do, as I had mentioned at the last school committee meeting, you voted the bottom line of the budget. And what I wanted to do now was to talk about a few of the changes that have taken place. The bottom line has not changed, but there are some staffing changes that have occurred since we first discussed what would take place. So just for points of information to keep you abreast, we had originally talked about reducing art at the little school and the hood school, and we are not going to be doing that now. And we also are going to add a 0.5 kindergarten teacher at the hood school because enrollment is such that we want to keep class sizes low. So we are going to hire a 0.5 half-day kindergarten teacher. What's not on your page that should also be there is we're going to restore the 0.5 preschool position that had originally been eliminated. Some meetings have been held with early intervention, and more students have been identified who are in need of services at the preschool level. So we're going to add that 0.5 position back in, and we can do so without impacting the bottom line of the budget. I'm going to ask that our principal of the middle school join us at this table. While she's doing so, I just want to give you a little bit of a review regarding what took place in February. I believe it was on February 13th, I was able to propose to you a multi-year budget vision. And at that time, 5 proposals were made that were directly connected to the 3 major strategy areas for continuous improvement that are included in NRPS 2016 that I shared with you. Those 3 areas are teaching and learning, student services, and technology integration. So I've been working with the Administrative Council to review available funds and to take a look at what we have appropriated both within this school year, FY12, and next year, FY13, to see if there was some way that we could be creative to be able to fund some of those initiatives in spite of them not being included in the modified level services budget. And so after sharpening our pencils, we will be able to move forward with the grade 4 science materials to be purchased through restructured spending from the FY12 budget for a total of $18,000. So we will be able to implement one of our proposals to continue with the science initiative in this district. We're very, very, very excited about that. We will be able to restore approximately $8,000 to the professional development line. That was one of the proposals that had been put before you. And at this particular time, I'm going to ask Principal Kathy O'Connell of the middle school to talk about what we have discussed regarding restructuring current middle school programming to do something that I think is very exciting. Ms. O'Connell?
Thank you. So I was given the task to look at the study hall situation and try to come up with a creative way to eliminate the study halls, and I think I have a proposal that will nearly do that, that I passionately believe is in the best interest of all of the students. What it entails is a restructuring of the number of faculty that we have, specifically in grade 6. We had a large group come in this year into grade 6, and it was previously discussed a year ago, I would imagine, to have 3 full teams of teachers, 12 teachers in grade 6. To have class sizes at approximately 19 to 20. That, I believe, was fantastic and wonderful. I do not believe it is necessary to take that into grade 7. So as that group moves into grade 7, what I'm proposing is instead of 12 teachers, we go to 10 teachers. Obviously, the class size will increase, but I think the increase is marginal, and the offset of not having study halls, I think, is much more valuable to the students. So by restructuring the number of teachers, we would have more than enough money to pay for the proposal that I have, which would be to increase robotics, which we started in grade 6, to increase that to grade 8 next year, not grade 7. The reason I wouldn't increase it in grade 7 next year is grade 7 has a foreign language exploratory program that there really isn't a place at the moment for another related arts in grade 7 due to the foreign language. So if we had robotics in grade 8 and robotics in grade 6, that would, I feel, start us on the path of eliminating study halls. The other area would be to increase, we currently only have a choral